We're joined on the dais now from the University of South Carolina, head coach Don Staley, student athletes Asia Wilson and Tina Roy. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Staley, followed by questions for the student athletes. Coach.
Obviously, we're disappointed that we don't get to continue our season. Syracuse did a great job at executing the game plan for 40 minutes. I thought just us getting into foul trouble, we could not, in the first half, we could not overcome that. And it just kind of stagnated us. Even though we did get the lead, we were just off. We were just not in sync. And they did a good job at winning the game.
Questions for the student athletes. We'll start right down here in front, please.
David Cloninger of the State, Tina, Asia, if both of you could just comment. Was it their zone defense just forcing you to rely on the threes, or do you think you guys could have been more aggressive in trying to force the ball inside?
I think we could have tried to get it more inside, but I mean, it was open on the outside, so I just think we just had to take those shots. We could have got the ball in more.
I just think we're a very good team. I've seen what the defense gives us, and I think that our guards did a pretty good job, a great job of knocking down shots. And I mean, that's what it is.
Let's take one here in front again.
Tina, kind of staying with that, when you got things going in the first half, was it due to the foul trouble that you kind of knew that you kind of had to put the team on your back and kind of knock down some of those threes?
Well, my role is to shoot the ball. So when I get in the game, that's what I'm focused on, knocking out open shots. So.
Right in front again, please.
David Cloninger with the State. Just with their offense, was it tough to catch up with their speed? It looked like they were just really being patient and kind of driving past you guys at will.
Tina, you want to start there?
Can you repeat the question?
About their offense, it seemed like they were very patient and then trying to drive right past you. Was it tough to catch up with them?
Not necessarily. Just certain plays we might have not been there on the catch, or just being there on help defense or protecting on the ball screens. It's just communication.
We got a question on the second row right here.
David Caravella, Charleston Post and Courier. Ladies coach talked about kind of being out of sync. I mean, how did it feel on the floor? Was it just never feel like you could get in a rhythm?
I felt like in the second quarter we started getting into a rhythm. But, I mean, Syracuse is a great team. They played a good game tonight, and they were the better team at the end of the day.
Second row.
Coach Lindsey Kramer from the
questions for the student athletes first.
Oh, I'm sorry,
please.
my bad. Tina, Lindsey Kramer from the Syracuse Post-Standard in Syracuse. Was there a sense, because you never get on a run, they've typically gotten on this year, was there a sense in the game, maybe in the third or fourth, where you kind of felt them hanging around, and maybe the momentum switching, and if so, when do you feel it kind of got away at that point?
Well, in the second half, they started to execute their game plan, and we weren't making outside shots, trying to get the ball inside, so it's just execution of the game plan. I don't feel like it's nothing that we didn't do right. They just executing on the other end.
We can take a couple more for the student athletes. Anything else? We'll take one over here in the third row.
For Asia, what was so hard about going up inside against, a player like Brianna Day, and, just what was that battle like down low?
I mean, Syracuse plays a collapsing zone. So, I mean, we just kind of knew that we had to take out one player to make it easier on the other post player. And, I mean, it was tough because she has length and she can jump out the gym. But I feel like our post players really handled her well. I think we handled the post well. I mean, it really just comes down to them just executing.
We have one here in the second row on the left.
David with Post and Courier, ladies, as well as Syracuse executed tonight, we've seen you guys so many times overcome so many things. Is it a bit stunning that this kind of unfolded the way, and it unfolded and you could never kind of get on that run that you always seem to get that puts people away?
Tina, do you want to start, please?
Honestly, I just feel like they executed the game plan tonight. We tried our best, and it just didn't work in our favor tonight.
Anything else for the student athletes? Let's take one over here.
For Tina, it looked like you were face guarding Brianna Butler for a lot of the game. How was she able to get open for those two big threes down the stretch?
Well, Well, they set screens. You know what I mean?
When you're, let me get the mic. When you're strapped with foul trouble, that's what happens. That's what happens. We're ready.
Okay, let's go ahead and excuse the student athletes back to the locker room.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's get on with the questions.